back to the I Geek Books. This was a very accident. This was an accident that I had the other day that I don't really want to get into much detail into. I got stitches, so that's why it's bandaged. But on to happier things. Today I have a haul for y'all, and it's going to be a very different haul, I think, and a sizable one, I think. So without further ado, let's go right back and jump into it. So this first part of the haul, I did wanted to mention that is from a place in Barcelona called Reread. So if you're in Barcelona and you want to get some good books, check them out. Also, they do have a website, and I'm not affiliated with them. I just think their prices are very nice for the European community and for used books as well. So I'll go ahead and leave a link down below because you can look to see if they have the book that you want, order it, and they just now started shipping them. I think it is all around the European Union, but I'm not sure if they do it to the US, so just double check. Maybe you want to make a big enough order from what they have that you can go ahead and have it shipped to you. Their pricing is usually €3 for anything under 5 books and €2 for 5 books and above, which is very nice, especially taking into account the conditions these books are in. So without further ado, the first one is Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella. Now, I have read this already. I hadn't read it before I got it, but I had read something of the author. I have some of the reviews, and those are going to start being in the audio version because I just want to make a video of all the books that I've read from her so far. There have been 4. This one is actually very good. This one is about Lexi Smart, and she is just a regular girl, and she thinks she's not very attractive, and she's having a crap of a day, and she wakes up 3 years later and has no recollection of the last 3 years of her life where she got married, has what she thinks is a wonderful marriage, and a lot of her life memorable moments have been completely erased from her memory. So it's her fight to try and get those memories back, as well as trying to come to terms in the feeling that she is not quite the person that she remembers. Very nice book, definitely recommend it. Pick it up if you can. Review will be up soon. Second, now don't laugh at me, okay? But my second one is A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why the hell did you pick up the second book if you still haven't read the first one and you don't like it? Well, here's the thing. Enough of my friends have told me that I need to finish the first one. The second one was a very reasonable price one. It looks like a completely new book. Like, if you see, there's no marks in it or anything. Hell, if I can read to a Shade of Vampire series, I can read to George R.R. Martin. I think it hopefully won't take me 4 years, but this is sort of my price, a new book, for trying to get me to read the other one that I still haven't finished. Third, we got Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. I didn't have to read this for school, and enough people have told me, hey, have you read this since you read so much, that I finally caved in and picked it up. Hopefully it's good. Now, these are from a heroine series. They're in Spanish, but they're pretty universal in the names. This is Moll Flanders by Danielle Defoe. And the second one is The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Now, not only the covers are gorgeous on a set and hardcovers, but these are classics. Now, I've never read Moll Flanders, but I have The Scarlet Letter in Spanish, so it's a nice reminder of what it was like. I do want to read it in English though, so there we go. This is one of my favorite findings in stores like this. These are 2 beautiful copies, golden precious copies of 1001 Nights, the 1001 Nights stories, which I've always wanted because I wanted to tell those stories to my child, so before when he goes to sleep and stuff like that. But it's illustrated and it's gorgeous. And it just See how beautiful that is? I mean, it's scary as heck, but it's just beautiful. And I mean, a bargain price. I could not pick him up. I'm sure you understand. And the last one is a book on universal history. Now, this one seems to be quite updated to current events, as you can see, but I looked through the index and it goes back as far as the 17th century, so the 1650s, I believe, which is quite a chunk back, and it does have a lot of the history from Louis XV and so forth and so on, so it does base a lot of the stuff on European history, but still it has a lot, and I've always wanted to have sort of one book with a lot of stuff in it because I can never get one of the I can never get one of the encyclopedias, the historical ones, to be complete. Every time I go to the library, there's some of them missing, and I don't want to have one that doesn't have them all. So for now, I'm happy to have just this one. Now, all of this stuff I got from Reread. What you'll see now, I got from a thrift store, so it cost me 10 cents. Really, I should probably change my name to Thrifty Book Geek. But there you have it. So I have another Sophie Kinsella book. This is The Undomestic Goddess, the one that started it all. It does have a review already on the iGeekBooks audio blog on Spreaker, so just download the app and I'll leave the link down below. You can also listen to it on your phone, and you can also listen to it on your computer, I believe. I don't think you have to download the app if you're in your computer, but you do have to if you're on your phone, and it's great for outside listening for reviews. Sort of like audio reviews, audio blogs, audiobooks. You get my drift. Anyways, The Undomestic Goddess. This was another great from this author. So Samantha Sweetney is an attorney, and she's just made a mistake that is going to cost her her career, and she cannot believe it. It's one of the things that she never do, and she's at a crossroads in her life when she's trying to invent herself in a new way. She has no idea how to go back from this. She doesn't want to go back to London to have to face everybody that is shunning her away because of her disgrace, and well, because of her disgrace and her mistake, because all of a sudden her colleagues are shoving her away and not trusting her and so forth. And it's a great story about reinventing yourself when everything that you ever wanted in your life just completely blows up in flames. So there you have it. Again, link down below if you want to see the review or listen to the review. The next one I have is Hornet Fly by Ken Follett. I don't actually know what this book is about, but I like Ken Follett. He's the author of The Pillars of the Earth. If you haven't seen that TV show, you must. It's about, other than it has the symbol in here that sort of gives me an idea. Next one is Sea Swept by Nora Roberts, and if I'm being honest, the cover actually made me get this one, and the fact that it was 10 cents. So it seems that this one is about Cameron, and he is a boat racer. He is very crazy, and he is being called by his dad to come back and take care of somebody else, which completely changes his life. And the person that he has to take care of is going to remind him a good deal of the person he used to be before. So the whole book has an interesting plot. Of course, it has to be with the sea, so I'm in there. And it's Nora Roberts, so you couldn't go wrong with Nora Roberts. Here is Blood and Gold by Anne Rice. My friend has told me that this is very, very nice. I haven't been able to read Lestat after all these years, but Interview with a Vampire and The Queen of the Damned is still one of my favorite books of all time. And the reason I read vampire books, or used to read vampire books more than anything else I ever read, now I read YA more than anything else I've ever read. But yeah, this is part of the Vampire Chronicles. If you didn't know, my friend raved about it. It is a beautiful cover, so I had to have it. And last but not least is The Martian by Andy Weir. I love this book, and I could not believe my luck when I found this hardcover for 10 cents in my local thrift store. I mean, really. Hell, this is better than the library copy that I was reading from. So if you don't know what this book is about, shame on you. This book is all about astronaut Mark Watney being stranded on Mars and trying to survive anything and anything that the planet throws at him, trying to kill him. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. If you don't want to read the book, there's also a movie. Josh Chastain and Matt Damon. So there you have it. That is all I have for you guys in this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is one of the bigger ones I've ever done. And it's all stuff that I really loved, so I hope you guys like it too. Don't forget to check out the description down below if you wanted to see the link to reread, the link to the audio reviews, or any other links that I might put down there for the Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff. You know what to do. I'll see you guys soon. Laters, and keep reading.